Welcome to 7th grade technology, and I just want to let you know that we're going to be doing our lessons online like this, and this is the beginning, and it's kind of why we start studying technology and what's the purpose is kind of what we're going to go over. So first I want you to look around and think of things that are part of technology. Just start thinking of things you might come across, your house, the school, places you visit. But here's some things that are products of technology. You get computers, there's telephones, what else do we see? Cars, even your processed food. You go to Walmart and you look at the canned food items. Houses. These are all products of technology. Now, I want you to start thinking, is there anything around you that has not been affected by technology? So if you think of this question, is there anything around you that has not been affected by technology? You can start thinking, trying to figure out some things, but we people say air. Well, the air has been filtered by something, or it's been polluted by the cars. Some of the food we eat, again, it's been touched by technology to some part. The answer is really nothing has not been affected. Everything around us has been affected by technology, some shape or form. You can try to stump me all day long, but everything has been touched. Grass has pollution that has went through the air, rain, and then we have acid rain touching the ground that we get our crops on. And so there's a ton of stuff. Everything that we have technology-wise affects everything around us. Kind of thing I want to do first is kind of understand what is technology. Technology is anything to make our human needs and wants better. So we're creating things to meet our needs and wants. Our needs are things that we have to have and things that we want. We're going to create something to make our life easier, in a sense. Think of computer. Computer is in today's world is a need, and we've got to have them to function. So if we don't have something, we either go buy it or we have to create it. Okay, why is this something you have to understand? The big question, why would somebody need to understand technology? Well, first, it relates to a lot of subjects in school. Okay, a lot of classes are using technology, so the more you know about it, the better your other classes are going to be, and plus it helps you do it in a fun manner. It's fun, rewarding, and exciting. I strongly believe this because when you go out and buy a new phone or a new iPod or something new, you are going to open it before you even get to the car. I bet you can think back to the time where you bought something at Walmart and your mom or dad told you, don't open it until we get home, and by the time you got to the car, it was already open out of the package and you're already playing with it. That's how fun technology is. It gives us that sense of excitement that we have around us. The last thing is problem solving. Problem solving is huge. If you can solve a problem on your own, you're going to be well off in today's world. If you have to have somebody help you the entire time, it's going to be hard for you to find a real job later in life. So we're going to learn how to do problem solving. We're going to learn how to make you a better solver at multiple problems. And the last thing is it's kind of cool to see how things are created. Knowing how things are made is a pretty powerful tool to understand, and then you're able to save a ton of money later in life just knowing how things work. Okay, technological literate. What does it mean? Well, to be literate in something means I understand it. So to be technologically literate means I understand how to use technology. The ability to make informed decisions about technology. Think of your grandparents, possibly your great-grandparents, and just think, do they use computers? If they do, that's awesome. If they don't, it's probably because they're not comfortable doing it. They don't want to mess things up. So a lot of people will not use something if they're not very good with them. So what I'm going to do is teach you how to use technology, how it works, and so later in life you can make decisions that will better you, and you won't be afraid to use them. So that's what being literate of technology is just being comfortable and understanding what you're dealing with. Okay, there's people involved, and we're going to talk about you guys as students and as me as teacher, and there's other people out in the world, but there's several things that we do. We use technology and we make things happen. We take the technology, for example, the car. We make things happen by getting here. We get to school, we go home, but we use the technology to actually get the job done. We also take our knowledge of understanding of the world around us and create new products. You look at the new phones coming out all the time. You look at all the new products that are coming out, and all we're doing is taking our knowledge that we've been learning and putting it to a new product. So people are involved everywhere. Who are these people? Well, there's technicians and technologists. Two types of people. The guy in the photo here, he looks like a mechanic. That is a technician. They are people that do the work. They specialize in the work. So you have your electricians, your plumbers, your carpenters, your like I said, mechanic already. There's a lot of people that are very good at what they do, and those are what we call technicians. Technologists are the people who are basically study the world of technology. It's kind of your scientists, your engineers. I can consider you guys technologists because you're in the process of studying technology. Okay, how are these things related? Science, engineering, and technology. Well, they're so close together, so that's why we kind of have to understand all of them. Science tells us how things happen. Okay, a tree grows from the ground, and science tells us that the tree grows, and we need water and sun to have the tree grow up and be real big. They also tell us that we can go and cut it down and make wood out of it. Now, engineers tells us how to make things safely. For example, the engineer will say, let's use wood, because science tells us it is hard, and engineers determine, can we use that for certain applications? For example, your wooden chairs or a table. Is it strong enough to hold us? Hold dinner table, or the food on the table with the big turkey in the middle of Thanksgiving. Engineers tells us it will be perfectly fine to use that material. And then last, we use technology again to make it happen. So us, engineers, science, we all are related. We figure things out all together. So science explains how it happens, engineers determine how to make it safe, and then we use technology in the end. First, I want to talk about some teenagers. Teenagers are kids your age, 12, 13 years old. Go through the slide, then I'll tell a little story about the television. But we have young George Washington created the first surveying equipment so we can survey the land, how much land is there, how tall the land is, how big an area of mass is. A kid created the grease car, which basically takes vegetable oil and you put it into the engine and you can go. They went from McDonald's to McDonald's across the United States driving this car. And if you look at the television was developed, parts of the television was developed by a kid no older than you guys, 13 years old. His name was Phil Farnsworth. He went through and created what we know as the vacuum tube. He was just plowing a potato field and came up with this idea and made it happen. He wasn't until 21 before it actually came to, but he had the idea when he was 13 years old. So kids your age are very creative, very intellect about knowing how to create new things, and I highly suggest to jot things down if you do come up with some idea that is actually legit, because Kids are more creative than the adults. You can probably remember back when you went through and created a cardboard box castle, because kids know how to create. As adults, we start losing that. So there's a lot of kids out there that are creating some cool things, and these are just some examples of some of the things in the past. Okay, inventions. Inventions basically, I want to go some terminology here, are turning ideas into new products. So if it's an invention, it is brand new, never came out. For example, when the car first was designed, that was the very first time they created it. It was called an invention. Okay. Now, they're very rare that we have in today's society that we have inventions. Most of them are what we're going to be called innovations. It's taking something and making it better. Okay, if you think of the pencil sharpener we have on our wall, we have a pencil sharpener. If we made it to an electric pencil sharpener, that is taking the pencil sharpener and making it better. That's an innovation. Same with a stapler. We have a regular stapler, add electric to it, we have an electric stapler. Again, just modifying an existing product and making it better. Think about your cell phones. All cell phones today are typically going to be an innovation. We just keep adding new things to it, making it better each time we create a new product. The last thing, I just kind of want you to look at existing products that we have today and seeing how they are back then, how they evolved over the years. The phonograph, the record, has constantly evolved over time. This is kind of what it looked like. It was a little wax substance, like about a foot, 8 inches tall, 6 inches diameter, and this was how we recorded sound. And over time, it has transferred into a new product. It went to the record. It went to the 8-track. There's another form of record in between those. We have cassette tape. Some of you guys might have seen these before. We still have CDs. Not much anymore because we've all went to what we now is MP3s. But you can see the innovations over the years we've gone through, and now we have MP3. Who knows? It could be something that be coming up later on. We don't know what the future of technology will be, but who knows? It's kind of a fun thing to look at. I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure you took good notes because we will have a quiz when you get back in class. Thank you.